Welcome to Hip Hop Now Podcast. If you're from the future, you know what to do. Get your ass out of here. Don't disrespect the legend. Hip hop is here to stay. Let's get right into the business. What up, y'all? I am your host, Vegas, and this is Hip Hop Now Podcast, a podcast specifically designed to keep you caught up on all things hip-hop music and culture that happened throughout the week. First and foremost, shout out to those who have been listening to this podcast in audio form, whether it's Apple or Spotify or iHeart or whatever it may be, for 10 years in 2026. I feel like I'm owed some money, but I don't know who to get it from, so whatever. And also those watching right here on YouTube, subscribe, share, comment. You won't want to comment on this episode in the comment section. It should be lit, okay? But as people know who have been watching this series throughout the year of 2026, we're celebrating 1996 and choosing 12 albums to highlight, revisit, re-review, and all that good stuff. And you know I've been doing that with the guests. If you can't tell, we got two of them today. I've been on their show numerous times. You know what I'm saying? Talking good R&B, soul music, all that good stuff. The R&B representatives are right here on Hip Hop Now Podcast. What's up, y'all?
What's going on, y'all?
What's up?
Yeah, man, we on your shit. This is tight.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Got it all themed, decorated, as you can see. With the boxes and stuff. And for those who don't know, you know what I'm saying, they do a dope podcast called R&B Representatives. Authentic R&B talk. It's a big difference. You've been on the net before. You've been on YouTube. You've seen a lot of people talk. But you know, if you want to learn, right, some history, some detailed history, some fantastic guests, right, and even learn about newer music and what's around and what isn't, and who sang and who don't. Check out the R&B Representatives. I just threw that in there because that's how I feel. That's my gripe. JR, you know that, man. That's my gripe.
Yes.
Like, why y'all not singing? Like, come on, man. But that's everybody gripe. So,
Yes.
but I appreciate y'all coming through to talk about this album. And people who click play on this, you saw the cover. You know what it is. If you was outside back then, you really know what it was. It was history, magic, everything you could think of. So Lil Kim dropped her debut album Hardcore in 1996, to be exact, November 12th of 1996. There was a lot of hype. She had been on the Junior Mafia album, you know, hits like Get Money, Players Anthem, and highly anticipated at this point in time. So before we get to that, to get to the debut album, I want to ask, ladies first. Lisa, I'm gonna come to you and ask, when you first heard Lil Kim rap, what she was rapping about, what song was it, and what were your thoughts at the time?
I think what I really noticed her on was Get Money. That was, everybody was stuck on that song, rightfully so. So, yeah, definitely Get Money when I noticed her. I was like, wait a minute. Ooh, wait. I mean, everybody on it was new to us. So it was just like, okay, oh, it's a girl too? Okay. Oh, and she spitting. She don't sound like a novelty on the record or like somebody's little sister, you know.
Right.
You know, she was hanging out in the studio type shit. No, like she could really spit. So it was what I do.
No, I just imagine you saying this, but go ahead.
This little girl.
Right.
Yeah. And then, but once she came, well, I don't know. We were like when we first heard her. So that's what I first heard. Get Money.
Okay. How about you, JR?
This is funny because I actually heard Lil Kim on Ready to Die when I wasn't supposed to hear her.
Oh. Somebody's like, on Ready to Die, what feature was that? Well,
Right. So I remember just the beginning of it, hearing her and Big, and my mother like, turn it now. Like, no, like, no. And then I remember my dad was like, that's Lil Kim. And you looked at the album credits and she called her the lieutenant. So then when I really heard her spit, I heard her on Players Anthem. And she has my favorite verse on there, to be honest with you. She kills it. You know what I mean? And I just was like, that was her? And then I go back, because, I used to actually sneak and listen to that on, I used to listen to the interlude on the low when my parents wasn't there.
When you was a baby.
I was
This
only
album came
8.
out. Oh, see, this album came out
man,
my
8.
senior year in high school.
So we're going to have 2 different things about this. So,
and this album was popping my freshman year of college. So, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So then I heard Players Anthem and I was like, yeah, I'm in. I was like, I'm in. And then after that, like you said, Get Money. That's where everybody kind of was like, she's up next. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all said, it was very anticipated. It was like that. And then you heard I Need You Tonight, but it was kind of like that Get Money was just getting played over. Then the Get Money remix, the Getting Money, they used to play that a lot on Hot 97 for real. I used to hear that a lot. So after that, then it was like, all right, it was anticipating. You saw the album cover, you saw the promo of it all, and the squat and all that. No, Nicki didn't do it first. And, so just that. So, but that's when I first heard it was Players Anthem for real.
Yeah, man. Same for me. I think, like I don't know if I knew her name on, We're Ready to Die, but the Junior Mafia album was like right behind that, and because of the mixtape game, you heard Players Anthem kind of early, and I remember hearing about her, and then this was the first time I would hear her, and then when I saw the video for Players Anthem, I was like, damn, she really little. Like, it's not just a nickname, like she's really little. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, she kind of dope. Like, and what I noticed right off the bat, even before this album, was the fact that typically in hip hop up to that point, even if you were feminine, you came across like a tomboy. Like, whether it was the way they dressed you or whatever, like there's certain MCs who would, here and there, you knew they were feminine, but the attraction was, oh, she spits like a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like she came across like a guy. This was the first time I felt like I was looking at a female MC that could rap, but she also was embracing her sexuality. And when we talk about this album, embracing sexuality is just light, okay? Because like JR alluded to, right, not light as a rock. You know what I'm saying? But also real quick, because I heard you say, damn, you said you was 8, JR?
Yes. Well, are you talking about when the album came out? No, I was 10.
Yeah.
When the album came out, I was 10.
Still, man, I was already in college.
You was in college. Elise was in college. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's like sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? But I only say that because you mentioned it. But I'm gonna make sure when I edit this, it pops up. The squat poster was in everybody's room. All the dudes.
Yeah.
Because we just couldn't believe it.
Even the girls, and with the girls, not even on some being attracted to it, just on some that just was the hot shit. Like the girls fucked with Lil Kim just as much as anyone else. So even the girl, I didn't have that poster, but I had Lil Kim posters right in there with the rest of all my Wu-Tang posters and my whatever other food. I was L Cool J and all that shit.
Right. Yeah, it was. I thought it was dope at the same time because it was like a bold move. And when I heard her album was going to be called Hardcore, and that's the first promotional picture, I'm like, this might be like huge. Like, you know what I mean? Because it felt like it was building to something. So again, on November 12th, 1996, the album finally drops. JR, I'm gonna come to you. You were mad young.
Yes.
Did you even hear this when it came out, or you like snuck and
Yes.
listened to somebody else's joint?
Yes.
What was your reaction?
My dad is a big fan. So anything connected to him, he got. So
Okay.
he was gonna buy this, you know what I'm saying? Because she was connected to him. So when I heard the album, my 10-year-old self is trying to hear the samples of each of these songs. That's where I was at with it. It wasn't really lyrically yet, you know what I'm saying? Until I started really listening to it, and a lot I didn't know what the hell she was saying. And my mother would be like,
Right.
"Why do you have this cassette playing right now?" Because there's some shit that she's saying that I'm clearly not understanding. But I'm like, "Oh, I like it, and I like this sample." My mom's like, we gave you enough with Doggy Style, not this." You know what I'm saying? So after that, it was just like, but I did hear the
I
whole
don't know
thing.
which one is worse.
That's why I tell my mother now. I'm like, really? Like you?
Actually, the Doggy Style was worse.
It was. I think it was. And
It
I
made
told
this
Snoop
Kim
on
look like
Twitter.
nursery rhymes. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
And
right,
I
right.
told him on Twitter anyway. I said, "You taught me how to curse." So I'm he was like, he just liked it. I was like, okay. So when I heard it, but I liked it. I liked it. Like, you know, especially coming because we're gonna talk about each track, right? Or we not.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
highlight a
All
few
right. But I
tracks.
heard the whole thing and I liked it. It was a lot of samples that I knew as a kid. So it was kind of bringing me in as it is. So that's what my 10-year-old self, but I was like, I like it. And she hard. Like she was spitting hard. You know what I mean? So, and it was kind of taking me back to the No One Else remix too. Cause she spit hard on that. So I was like, oh, okay. And then after a while, it was like, I like it. So I rocked with it. At 10 years old, I rocked with it. That was
That's dope. That's
yeah.
dope. And I didn't even think about that also, that other element of being featured on other records, like before she dropped. So you kind of like, whether you was into hip hop or not, like she was kind of covering a lot of ground before she released her debut.
Which
Elise, how
made
about you? The
anticipation
first
big.
time you heard it, where you were, initial thoughts, impressions?
Oh, I bought this exact CD the week it came out.
Oh,
Wow.
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 It was very anticipated. And you know, I was 17. I worked. I drove. Like it was whatever, you know. No, but I loved it upon first listen. I feel like a couple songs I had heard on like a mixtape or some leak something on a college radio station or something.
Right.
Because it was a couple, so I was like, that feel familiar. So so once I got it, I was like, oh, maybe I did hear it before, but oh no, I was wild about it. Me and all the senior man, everybody was on this album. Girls were singing everything, a bunch of things that we had no business shouting them.
Let me ask you this: since you senior year, right? Did they play any at the prom? Did
No,
you go to the prom? Should ask that.
yeah, I went to my junior and senior
Okay.
prom. They might have played Crush on You.
Right.
Possibly. I just don't remember. I feel like they did, but no, I'm thinking about they had this big thing called Project Graduation for all the high schools in the city. Had a party after graduation. And now in that they play any and everything. But I'm trying to think at prom because I did go to a very white school, but this is when rap hip hop was crossing over, so
Yeah.
I
Kind of
don't
cross.
remember what was played at prom. I do remember folks was dancing the whole time, so I think it was leaning more blackish, even though I went to a very, very white school.
Right. Right. I was curious because at my prom, what they played? They played something because I graduated in '95, but they played something where I was like, "Y'all playing this hard?" I think it might have been Warning or something like that. I'm like, "Yo, we can't dance to this for one,
No, you
and
Wow.
can't
why
dance to
y'all
this.
and why y'all playing this?" Like, I think it was like when we were eating, but I looked up like, "Damn, word, this is kind of party." I just came in my street clothes, like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, what?
I
In
had to
your
fight a
butters
nigga,
for real.
right? Uh, yeah, same thing for me. Now I didn't buy it right away because I was broke around that time. So, a lot of albums dropped. Had to
Okay.
miss a couple. But this is the era of burning CDs and having friends and stuff like that. And I remember one of my friends bought it right away. And he had been listening to it. And I came in his dorm and he was playing it. So, we listened through. And I just remember we're gonna talk about it. I just remember we were listening to No Time, and Kim just said, "I'm drinking babies." I was like, "The fuck?" Like, yo, that caught me way off guard because I was like, "Damn, like this is like porno on wax." Like, the more we listen to the album or whatever, but hardcore. That's that's what the album cover was about. All of that.
Me.
But again, like we said, dope beats, rhymes. It wasn't like flooded with like it was no Biggie verses. It's only a couple. Like I think Big did 2 hooks, and
Yeah.
then he popped in on Queen Bitch. So I just thought it was dope for it to be her debut album. But let's talk about it, right?
You know what I didn't like though, Vegas? And this was on
What?
first listen, and y'all know what I'm probably gonna say, is I don't like interludes and skits
Yep.
and stuff.
I knew
So
that.
that I had a problem. And then for it to be the skits that they were on top of that, that did turn me off. But hey, I had got the CD, so I just go boop.
Right, right. Just
Right.
skip right past.
Yeah. So
Oh, you ain't
Old
like
that's what I
school. Like
didn't like
neither
on
one.
first listen was that.
dang, you ain't like the Take It skit? Dang.
I don't like any of them at all, not even a little bit. It's unnecessary and it's gross.
I was gonna say that about the intro because I didn't like the intro back then. I was like, "This joint 2 minutes?"
Yeah, it
Like,
was too long.
Yes.
It was too long. Yeah.
it was just mad long, and, honestly, when you skip the intro and get right into Big Mama thing, it's like, "Oh, the party starts."
Right.
That's an intro kind of record, so why you even put an interlude?
True.
Right, exact yeah, absolutely true. You
I
coulda just
agree.
hit play and it would have had the same effect,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
especially now, because I was listening to it, I was like, "I think I need to turn this down because if somebody hear me listening to that intro, they're gonna be like, 'What the hell are you watching porn, like, in the living
Right.
room?'" Like, nah, it's Lil Kim album. It's how it start, like, uh, but let's talk about, some of your favorite songs on here and why. Like, Elise, let's start with you. What are some of your favorite songs and why do you like them so much?
All right. My absolute favorite Lil Kim song is Queen Bitch.
Me too.
Me too.
Um, and it's and I will tell you it's very close because usually I'd be like, it ain't close. It is close. And
Mm-hmm.
the second one I like the second most is Drugs. And the reason I like both of them is because she is spitting, like just with accuracy and like just punch. Like she is blacking out, as one would say. Like she blacked out on drugs. She blacked out on Queen Bitch. Like
Mhm.
eat a pipe effect him. I bet you Biggie bust him. He probably tried to fuck him. I told him not to trust him. Like
Mhm.
lyrically, I dust him off like plat. Like yo, same. And then
Yeah.
drugs. And so yeah, those. And then probably Big Mama thing after those.
Mhm. What did you think about Jay-Z at the time? By that time he had dropped, but it was his debut album.
I don't know. I was a like kind of Jay-Z stan from day one, but not on Big Mama thing.
Mm,
I don't. It's such a throwaway. It's just
right.
I could do without him. Like I don't even think of him right away when I think of the song. I think of the opening damn line. Cause we used to yell that at the club.
I was gonna say that about this little Kim album. I was like, the ladies were empowered.
Yeah, I used to be
like,
scared of the dick. Now I throw this
right.
chicken shit, handle it like a real bitch. And then she gonna say porn star names, Heather Hunter. Like,
That's a Janet
you know?
Jackman. Yes.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Maryland. Okay. Bahamas
I'm
in
not
the
gonna lie.
spring. Okay, I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. When that song came on and that opening line, I used to be like in the club, like, who's saying this? Are you be scared of the dick? You to like, oh, you? Okay. Now I throw okay.
We
I'm
used to
coming
be
over there.
figuring that shit louder than a bitch. Like
Right.
it was, man. That was once they start playing that. What you got it going on? Once that beat come in,
Yeah.
all the girls beeline for the floor. If you weren't already there, you was headed back.
Right. Yeah,
You know.
one of the things real quick about this album for the audience watching who doesn't know, so whether you were too young to be in a club or whatever, or you never heard this album, or you wonder why y'all like all that vulgarness that's in the song. That was the point. That was the theme of the album. It was hardcore. It was supposed to be like a metaphor for the porn industry, but on a deeper level. Rappers like Kool G Rap, Biggie, they would say some of the most vulgar things, misogynist, all of that. And as a brother coming up, I was right there rapping it like, oh word, that's what you do? Like all of that, like you, JR. So I always thought it was dope because this was the flip, which had never been done, where now you have the ladies taking a position of power in the same way the guys did,
Right.
which in hip hop was dominated by guys. So it was a lot of, misogyny happening. So I think that's what made this so dope. And lines like that, like, okay, like dudes love Lil Kim. So it, most people who don't know is like, nah, we were saying all of those lines too. You didn't have to say pause. But now you
Hello.
did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to explain your fandom. How about you, JR? What are some of your favorite records off of here and why?
Well, my favorite on it is Queen Bitch. And I just like Big when he just like, y'all niggas got some audacity.
You sold $1 million, now you have for me.
Come
Get off my
on,
dick.
yo. Like, I love that. Get off my dick, kick it, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at 10 years old, I like saying that. Get off my dick, kick it, bitch. Like, you know.
This all tracks. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then again, I think that's the line that I would love my dad to say too. Cause I mean, he was rocking with Kim, but Big is his man. So it was like, that was his part right there. You know what I mean? And my dad was like, ooh, he getting at somebody too. So he's in his head like, who Big getting at? And clearly we know who. But it was just like, yeah, that I love Big Mama thing because of the sample. And the Sylvester sample that they use. And that brought me back to my childhood because my mom loved Sylvester. So to hear, and that's where I first heard Martha Wash, who's a favorite of mine. So I had already knew her when I listened to this. So when they used Was It Something That I Said on Big Mama thing, I was like, oh, that's that and that. And mind you, like y'all said, the opening verse, Kim is going off. So I got, and like going off for real. And my mother is like, oh, you think you know what she's saying? You know what I'm saying? And then you know that it was the original I heard before then because in the last two verses, she talked about Pac and Faith.
I forgot about that. Right.
So I heard that first. And I was like, because obviously, like you said, a lot of songs you heard on mixtapes and things like that. So I heard Big Mama thing, but I heard the original verse that Kim did, and she was like, "Keep your head up, get wet up," and then she was talking about, faith with the 2 pops in your belly.
Maybe that's what I had heard. Remember I heard something on the mixtape? Maybe that's what it was. I
That's what
just
it
really don't
probably
remember.
was. And
Yeah.
I heard that. So I'm waiting to hear that on this. And it's a whole completely different verse. It was like,
Yep.
he probably was like, nah, we ain't doing
Just
that.
like in this time, just like with the with Jay-Z, Who You With, like the version on the Sprung soundtrack is different from the album
Volume 1,
album
yep.
version.
Yep. It is.
And I like the verse on the Sprung one better. And I saw that soundtrack promo in a record store, but they wanted a whole lot for it. And I was like, I don't want it that bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about the mixtape thing, because I forgot about that element, because I remember that version where Kim was getting that pot, and then when you got the album, it's like, where Jay-Z come from? And where did C's verse come from?
Right.
And I guess it's debatable, right? Like, having heard that, like, what was the better version? Was it this or the mixtape unreleased version?
For me, I actually love Jay's verse on it. To me, I do. Like, I love it when he come in. I'm thinking none trust you in the studio with me. While, trying to sex you continuously.
Right.
Like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just playing it in the car and I was rocking to it. You know what I mean? But at least what makes it so crazy, you're not the only one that feels that way about the Jay verse. A lot of people like,
You know what I hate the worst about the Jay verse? The
What?
end of it.
Yep.
Yeah, man, Jigga sound like figures. Shut up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That shit sounds stupid. Like, why
Like,
you
he
end
didn't
it like
believe it.
that? Maybe if he would have
Right.
ended it with a bar, it probably would change my whole. But that throwaway, I said it's throwaway.
I hear you.
Ugh.
And then the next one, probably another one of my favorite would be Dreams. I like what she did on there. I like that. I like Dreams, for real.
You talking about bars?
Yes. She going in and the samples that she using on that James Brown Think sample, for real, the 73 version. And then you using, obviously, Brown Sugar from D'Angelo because she's singing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But way she used that, it was so ill. So those are really my favorites. And probably the last one, to be honest, I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, is Spin a Little Dough.
Spend a Little dough, yeah.
I like
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I only get killed. Like, I love that. And she's, she mad,
Right.
like, smooth with it. So I like that. So those are kind of my favorite. But Queen Bitch, and obviously a year later, a fave of mine used that and threw Kim on it. So I mean,
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. But a song that would be my favorite if it was the version on the album would be Crush on You, because I still sing it like it came out yesterday. I never, ever, ever got sick of it.
I was gonna ask that, like, how do y'all feel? Well, how did you feel when Lil C's had a whole song to himself on the
Mad
album?
as fuck. I was so mad. I've grown to kind of appreciate it, but in the time I'm like, I'm playing the record, I want to hear that version. I ain't had playlists and stuff. I was playing it from my record or making a tape or something, and I wanted to hear my song.
Hear that
They could have
version,
even
yeah.
reissued it like they reissued Not Tonight.
Right.
They reissued it and put the ladies' night joint on there so you can listen to it. They could have did the same thing on Crush on You, for real. But obviously, we know what Big was doing, trying to be pleased.
Well, they had a maxi single of it, but you had to get it separate. They pulled the Killing Me Softly on them.
Ah, right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
That's
this
right.
But
to this day, I kind of I feel that same way about Crush on You. Like, when I listen to the album, I'm like, this would just be so much better if it was the remix. Like, they sound dope together on the record, and I ain't gonna lie, I used to do this cheesy thing in the club for people who don't know, my name is not Vegas. I'm pretty sure you guessed that shit, but it's not, right? My name is Steve. Okay. So when C's would come in, all the girls be eyeing C's. You know what I did? All the girls be eyeing Steve coming backstage trying to get these. You
Yo,
got me a rock the Versace and London.
why you
Yeah, but you know.
have a little part from Crush on You is when he said, it's my Donna, I'm Melly or Alice. Everybody call me Alice.
Uh,
And so
Oh,
I like,
wow. That's right.
and I remember my freshman year of college, my boyfriend, whose name was JR, he was like, it's my Donna, I'm Jay, and you're Alice. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Oh my God.
R&B
Shout out to
Young Jimmy
JR, yo.
exclusive.
He's a sweet man.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Foolishness.
so let me ask y'all this, because we kind of talked about like the remixes that, you know, probably should have made the album, or like you said, reissue with them on it, even as bonus tracks.
Right.
And I don't know if that ever happened.
It
Right?
should have
They
been a
did in
bonus on it.
97. They did, and they put Not Tonight, and that's it. You got the Night
Oh,
Tonight
okay.
remix. So when you got the album in 97, that was the last song on it.
Mm.
Now,
Now here's a question before we get, you know, into a couple of more records.
mhm.
Oh, this must be a original pressing then, because it don't have it. Oh.
But don't, okay.
Wow. The let me ask y'all this. So there was a lot of controversy around Kim's lyrics, Foxy's lyrics,
hmm
kind of, you know, people calling it overly sexual. They were even criticized by other pioneers in the game, female MCs.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did y'all feel at the time? Like, did you just not give a shit, or you felt like maybe it was a little bit of hating? Like, what were your thoughts on that?
Feel it was a little too much, because I will never forget when Kim was on Rolanda and she was on there for an hour and they bashed her for filth. That's why this stuff that these girls are doing now, y'all did not have to get what Lil Kim sat in that chair and let all of those people go in on her about her lyrics, where a lot of them people probably had the album on the low, and like you acting like the stuff she's talking about, you don't know. Because let's be real, Kim sold. It wasn't us. A lot of us that went out and buy, because a lot of us didn't have the money or got it bootleg or whatever. So she didn't sell 5 and 6 million because of us.
Right.
So those are the same ones that was going at her. And I was just like, and I remember being my age then, like, it's that deep? Did y'all do that with these dudes? And then what I like what MC Light said, she said, at first I was concerned. That's what she said. At first I was concerned. But she said, I got it, because she said, you're actually listening. If she didn't do that, y'all wouldn't listen.
True
So
that.
she was like, you know, because at first I think the most they went was Salt and Pepper with, you know, them.
Right,
Very
right.
feminine and all that. They took it over. Foxy and Kim took it there. And
Oh.
it was like,
But also, don't forget, they gave Salt and Pepper hell too.
Yeah.
wow, I didn't know
From
that.
Push It On. And yeah, and then, you know, then they had Let's Talk About Sex era and all that. No, they gave
Yeah.
them hell too. That's a little revisionist to say it was like Kim was the I remember them giving Salt and Pepper hell through
You're
their
right.
whole career, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that whole, like you said, like Push It was so provocative.
Mhm.
Even though they were just saying push it, they wasn't saying what to push. You know what I'm saying? But
They
I
showed
mean,
you in
come
the
on,
video.
well, yeah, you know. Now, JR, I was you. When that was out, I was
Yeah.
like, God damn, that video coming back on again. Like,
Yeah. That's what we were scandalized by, JR.
right.
Oh,
We was
wow.
watching
Okay.
the videos like, oh,
What
they
a
said to
diff-
push it. Right.
And they was kind of the only ones for a long time that was on that. So
Right.
Femininity, like, really, because
in
like
that
Vegas
way, being
beginning.
sexual.
Yeah, because like Vegas said in the beginning, females were out, but they came off like town boys. So it was
Mhm.
like they came off, you know what I'm saying, looking like the dudes. Kim and them came in like, nah, it's a whole new game plan here. Like, whew,
But I'm a rap like the dudes though.
I'm a rap like it, right.
Right.
So,
And that's what made it work.
yep,
You know what I mean? Like they were pushing the line even further,
yep,
but you couldn't say they weren't rapping, you know?
that part.
Really, really quick. Some of my favorite records is same as yours, right? Big Mama thing, even though I agree with Jay-Z, it was just like, come on, dog. You literally just stopped by the studio. You could have kept going, dog.
Oh no. Yeah, he
Drugs.
did.
Yeah, you could tell that was one take for sure.
Yeah.
Queen Bitch, of course, like I could hear that a million times over and over again. I love it. And Dreams, because I like the fact, for those who don't know, it was a flip on, like we talking about, it was a flip on a song that Biggie did early in his career, where he was doing the exact same thing, talking about all the R&B, female R&B singers he would run through, and some of the stuff he was saying was crazy. Like, what he said, Jimmy hats for Patra. I'm wearing all of them. I was like, damn, all of them. Like, like he gonna have
He said,
beef.
I
Like,
wouldn't. They see these ugly skate bitches. That's just me.
ooh,
That was
yeah, that was
very
crazy.
mean. That was mean. That
Can
was
you imagine
reckless.
being in a club, you dancing? That what? How I get in it?
But that's what they said, because they asked Candy and them about it. And when they was over there, the last time they was at the, the party that Big got killed at. And
Right.
Tiny was like, I'm about to go over there. And Candy was like, I ain't talking to him. He called me ugly. Like, what the heck? Like, no. And then, Tiny said she glad that she did go over there. And he was like, yo, it was just a song. I didn't mean it like that. And she was like, it's all good. And he was cool and all that kind of stuff. So Tiny happy that she did, because next thing you know, he ain't here no more. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yeah, it was just a song, but right. Then he put Shaka shit in stitches. I was just, oh my
That was
God.
wild.
Yeah, I laugh
Crazy.
at that every time.
Yeah.
Like, back shot to Shaka, I know that pussy hairy. I was like, yo, what?
Yes.
Why is
But
he
you know,
saying?
that's a big song that I don't like though.
Well, you know what's funny about that? Well, I guess not funny, but early on when he would perform that, he would get booed. Because they were like, who is this dude talking about he'll do all of this? And look how you look. You talking about they ugly. What you do?
Right.
So he caught a lot of flack. For those watching and listening, the name of the song is Just Playing. Because that you probably had to add that after a while with what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kim made me jump out my chair with some of the stuff she was saying.
Woo!
How do you say I'm on fire getting head by the Harlem Boys Choir? The kids.
The Harlem Boys Choir. What?
Yo.
Yeah.
Me and my friends were just cussing in the room like, yo, you hear what she's saying? Like, it was just, but.
Loved it. I like my Toyota was like, ooh, more like that.
Yeah, she was going in, and she was playing a couple of things. Some of them I was like, yeah, I don't like him anyway. Like Joe.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh,
don't get me wrong, I like Joe records, but Dirty Mac and ass, whatever. You won't see me on R&B Representatives doing that album. I'll just let you know that right now.
Where's gonna already did it?
Okay, cool.
Easy
be like, why he doing
this
album and he?
Oh yeah, Easy did
Joe
it.
out. Oh, Easy did it.
Yeah, he did it.
Done that track.
Easy did that one. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to hit him up.
Oh, he do all the Dirty Mac and crazy albums. GY, yeah, he don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Even though he go and called her, because he did say Joe, he was like, he is whack, but the album is good.
Yeah, that one was high. I couldn't lie. Back then, I was like,
Yes.
"It's all right, man. It's all right, you dirty Mackin ass." Um, so so obviously, what I want to know is what do y'all think about the videos? Because I feel like No Time was the first
Mm-hmm.
single,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed for y'all listening. This was before we knew about the freak offs and all of that.
I ain't like him
W-
then,
w-
but go
Yeah,
ahead.
we was side eyeing Diddy. You know
We
what I'm
was
saying? I
side-eyed
definitely
then,
was.
right.
But wasn't the whole video was on a escalator?
Escalator. She just
He was
going
on that. Yeah.
that. Yo, we used to talk shit about that video in the time. We used to talk shit about it. Like what? It made no
And then
sense.
she's by stairs doing this. It's like, come on, like this is what we got. That's
Mama,
it.
listen, Hana, use it right.
Right. Kim, you
Thank you
in the
for your
mall.
cream and your riches. Shasha Kapoor, Timmy Moore, Prince Diane,
Right.
and all them
And
rich
all the
bitches.
rich bitches.
And
All
the
the
Hummer for
dope
the summer. I
bars.
follow in the
Follow
E
in the
class with the
E-class
goggles.
96 model. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, but video was disappointing though.
It was.
It
Video,
was.
yeah.
That's why you had to do Crush on You, the remix. You had to.
Yeah,
'Cause
let's
that
talk
video
about
is
let's
iconic.
talk about that video
Honey.
because the big thing, the wigs, the colors.
You know what
Yes.
else I loved about that video? They did a making of the video.
Yes.
Mm,
And it was
right,
so
I forgot about
fun.
that.
Yep.
They did a
Big
making of the
legs.
video.
Yep.
Mhm.
Big was in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was dope. That was dope. That
Mm.
was dope.
Mhm.
Was that Hype Williams? I can't remember.
Was it how? Had to
But
be.
the colors give me that vibe that maybe Hype Williams did that one.
Yeah, I mean, he probably took the whole budget too.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
basically.
it wasn't Hype Williams.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at it. Wait a minute. I lied. Hold on.
It was on.
Yeah, it was
Un.
It was
Oh,
on.
right.
Undid
That's
it.
true. Undid the video.
Yep, he was right in the freaking making of the video. Talk about it. Yep, he was in it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes,
Which Big
such
couldn't
a
be in the video because Puff
He's
was a hater.
it said he based it on like inspired by the Wiz with the floor change of colors and the different color themes.
Oh shit. Okay.
man, that's really dope.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? To know that, yeah, like that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways, you know, with the songs, with the boldness, the time, that video in particular, um, you see why she became much bigger than even just rap, right?
Yes.
Because Kim went on to be popular in fashion and all these other areas because they just dug her style and probably the boldness of her album, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you just weren't getting like Elise said, you know, sure there was salt and pepper and there was they definitely flaunted the sexy side of it, but Little Kim was like hardcore, you know what I'm saying? But she still had respect on the streets with the bars.
Facts. Facts.
One this so with this album, like returning to it 30 years later, listening to it 30 years later,
Mhm.
do you feel the same way about the album? Is it a classic? Um, was there a lot of nostalgia listening to it? Like, what were your feelings in 2026 about hardcore?
Well, before we came on, I was talking to my homegirls, and I had told them this album did not age well for me at all. Like the outside of those 3 songs that I said are my favorites, and it's so funny that one of my favorites is still got the throwaway Jay-Z, but the Lil Kim part is so hard. You could have put any trash at the end of it, and I still would've went for it. But the songs I just like kind of cringe listening to them. Listen to the
Mm,
lyrics. The production of them still sounds good to me. Like sonically, it still sounds really good to me, but when I go through the skits, I gotta deal with that, and I'm just like, And then it, even though No Time is the hit, now that's the one sonically did not age well for me. With No Time, it sounds a little janky to me, but that's more of a nostalgia that I'm gonna say the words to it, but I don't, today at least does not think that's a good song. And then more skits, and I don't really like Dreams. And then the very end, the We Don't Need It and the Not Tonight just don't do nothing for me no more.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. But that Queen Bitch still sound as dope and fresh to me as the first day I heard it.
Yes.
Like my emotion around that song has not changed.
What
But
about you?
I think you knocked it out of the park, Vig, when you said that Kim became more than rap. And this album, it's like this is her beginning, quote unquote, but she became more than that. So I think a lot of people look at the album like, oh yeah, this is a classic because of the nostalgia of it all. But this album is also what made her bigger than rap because of the videos, because of the fashion. So everybody be like hardcore, oh, that's a classic because of what it did. You know what I mean? So me listening to it, like Elise said, a lot of the songs, I'd be like, ooh, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like back then it was kind of like, oh, 10 years old, I'm like, ooh, I'm not supposed to hear that. Ooh. But then I'm getting older and I'm like, okay, all right. But like you said, drugs and Queen Bitch and, on No Time and Big Mama Thing and all of those songs still hit. But when you think about the other ones, you like, but the nostalgia kind of takes over. You be like, oh, I remember where I was when I heard it and all of that. So classic for female hip hop, yes. Yes, because that's what everybody's going to go to. So you got to give Kim that. So I feel like they're going to call that a classic. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's kind of like, like when we talked about that we never released, talking about that In Vogue Funky Divas album, like the hits and those strong songs, they really hit. The album cuts on the album are all forgettable. They're whack. They're just terrible. But when people talk about the album, it's with great love because those 4 fucking bangers are on it.
Right.
Ain't they all in a row too? Like, so it's just
Well, no, not really. No, you got
okay.
That's why they knew to kind of break it up.
Okay.
Right.
You think it did?
Yeah.
Broke it up.
So it kind of has that feeling, but the strong songs are so strong that you can't separate it. You just like, okay, it's a classic because you got those songs.
Right.
But it ain't it though. It should be talked about. We sit here and talk about it. It's but of that same year, I could probably tell you some way doper albums than this. All as a whole album.
As a whole album.
Hmm?
Did you say,
Kim really have a classic album though?
Kim? We could, sure, if you want to. Whatever your definition is, JR.
No, I'm just asking.
I don't make the decisions. But to me, it's not. And I love it. I have it on multiple different media. Like
you
I
own
fucks
it,
with
right?
it. Right. But yeah.
I get it.
I feel the same way. I feel like I said, the impact of the album, the time, it was unique. It the songs that hit really hit. Her influence, obviously, we see it every day, all day now. All over the map, down to the wigs, the squat pose, all of that.
Right.
R&B stuff. Like Kim was doing all of that back then. And then also, like you said, listening to it now, it's like, yeah, I don't want to hear all of this because, you forget about some of them bars. You're like, whoa, like, the beat ain't enough for me to have that playing loud.
Right.
Like,
Right.
let me skip that one. But I agree because of the time. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about, because it's 1996,
Mhm.
like we said earlier, you got debut from Jay-Z, the return of Nas after Illmatic, Tribe, De La. Tupac has 2 albums in 96 that both went platinum. East Coast, West Coast thing going on. There was a lot. Fugees, there's a lot going on. But there also was Foxy Brown. And at the time, it was like Kim or Foxy, and there was a little tension back then. And Foxy also dropped in 1996, for those who don't know. Now, I'm just going to say this real quick before I go to the She dropped a dud, but whatever. It's Brooklyn, okay? Because I kind of felt like her singles did the justice, and also Jay-Z didn't. Yeah, the Jay-Z record with Foxy, I feel like it's the same thing. He gave Kim and Foxy the same thing. Like, be like, oh yeah, I don't really want to be on this, but whatever. What did y'all think about the Kim versus Foxy situation? Because before they denied it, like, now we cool, blah blah blah. They even did the Source cover together. We know
Mhm.
they each other. What did y'all think about Kim versus Foxy, and do you have a preference?
Oh, I have a very strong preference. It's Lil Kim. It always was Lil Kim over Foxy to me. I just never was really a Foxy fan, to be honest. It's now there's Foxy moments, but I hate her album. Yo, no, no, I do not like that album.
Mm.
I don't. I didn't like it in the time.
What was it about the album that you didn't like for the most
The
Track
part?
master.
production. I mean, it wasn't even a thing of not liking Foxy. I did not like that album. So, but that's all I had to hear her on, so that made me not like Foxy. I hate that production, that album. It's so cookie cutter, some
Right.
loops. We ain't even gonna change levels on nothing. We ain't gonna speed nothing up, slow it down. We ain't gonna have somebody replay the guitar lit, nothing.
Ah.
Right.
And that's what Trackmasters did. Now they had some heat out there, but they had some duds out there. Because I hate
Mm.
what they did on Share My World album. Like, I just don't fuck with
Wait,
sometimes
hold on. What they did on Share My World? I don't remember. Like what track?
They
Not
really
the
did the whole, like, they executive produced the whole thing. So they
yeah.
did Round
okay.
and Round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They did,
Which is a song that I really hated, and I was so mean about it on the episode.
you sure was. You were very mean. You were very mean. Like, me and my mother we sing Round and Round Down, and Elise was like, I hate that record. But then they did Keep Your Head, which you did like. They did Keep Your Head. They did, but they were more of the executive producer because Steve Stout got her. He became her manager and brought her over there with
Okay.
Track Masters. Obviously, Nas was over there, so that's how they got included with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same way with that Foxy because I just expected something totally different off the strength she had presented, on features like the joint with LL where she was introduced,
Mhm.
right? Mixtape features, just I was just like, Foxy's dope. But then when the album came out, I was like, well, what is this? Like I just didn't really like it. And you talk about picking your favorites. I might have two, and that's being
Dang,
generous. Yeah, I'm
dang.
telling you, man, I didn't feel like, when like some of her records, to your point, just felt like they were going so hard towards radio. They weren't
Yes.
trying to make a
Agreed.
hit. They was just like,
Agreed.
this is the formula.
Yep.
And it just didn't work in most cases. She got a couple of joints here and there, but
Mhm.
For me, Foxy album.
Yeah. And then what was crazy was then she come back out and she make an album of doing a
Little
terrible Lil
Kim.
Kim impression.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. China Doll
Yeah.
was terrible.
China
That was
Doll,
horrible.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible. She didn't get good till she got to Broken Silence. That was Foxy. That
Yep.
was her, and she was rhyming right, and everything just was right. You know what I mean? Because she said she didn't really have nobody, which is her. So
And the only song I really like on that China Doll album is I Can't with
yeah,
Total. And not
Oh,
because of her spitting, because I think it's produced so perfect. It's the production on it. And I want to sing along with Total. Say it again, say it again. Like
right,
it's not for
right.
her verse because that's when she's doing this weird cadence. It's so
Irv
good.
had her doing that. Irv had her doing that because he did Hot Spot. He had her doing that, and that was the wrong move.
That's
spot.
that's a bad song.
A horrible song.
And I was talking shit about that song in the time.
So was I.
Lord, this
So
video called the bad possible. Hey, like you said, to Broken Silence. And then by then, the all the buzz and the fanfare was gone, and then she was doing stuff in her
yeah.
personal life, and so it just kind of messed everything up. And
So
that's how they should have had her sounding when she came out.
yeah. Shout out to my homie Coke. We'll talk about that right after this.
Okay.
I'll let with Broken Silence specifically. JR, Lil Kim, Foxy in 96.
96. I like Foxy because of the way she spit. I love her. Like she came from the Lyrics Lounge and all that because she was Queen Nefertiti for real. And like that. And for me, I like the way she was rhyming better than because I always thought seeing Little Kim, she was little. So seeing her rap so hard, I was just like, is that really how she really? Because you see her interview, but on the rhyme, she like, you got it going on. Like, it's like, but when you listen to Foxy, she talks the way, you know what I'm saying? It is more believable to me. So, and obviously, when you listen to her album, the Foxy album, it's like the sample you knew, that was the sample you knew, and you was going to hear it all throughout. So it was like, okay, she does Foxy Bells. Really? Like, okay, we're doing Rock the Bell, Get You Home. Really? You know
That
what
was
I'm
the club
saying?
banger though. I ain't gonna lie.
Almost
Got a
like
lot of burn.
Foxy's Bells. I said almost. I already told you I don't like it. I said, but that almost, because at least, yeah, it was just rock the bells all over again, but at least it was hard. Yeah.
But it's crazy to me that between Foxy and Kim now, I actually go back to Il Nana more than I do hip and hardcore, which is crazy. It's bugged out to me. It's just like I go to that, and maybe it's because of the sample and the R&B head in me. You know what I'm saying? Because at least with Kim, they use samples, but they added shit to it. The production
Right.
was they added some drums and they added a snare and they added all this. Trap Masters just let that shit ride. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's the R&B in me. You know what I mean? But I actually go back to Foxy. But at the time, then I actually picked Kim, to be honest. And then after what she went through on Rolanda and they kind of bashed her, I was like, y'all being mean. That ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of on that. But now I like Foxy spitting more, but Kim was the better artist, obviously. You know what I mean? So that's what I think.
Yes. So the last thing that's related, and it's another one of those like you had to be there because whether it was mixtapes, talk, maybe a hip hop article here and there, and also linked to Foxy in a lot of ways, ghostwriting. Now, there was a big reference track for Queen Bitch where he spits the entire thing, including his part. And there was a lot of controversy because that's the song we like the most. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wait a minute. Kim didn't write that? Or maybe Big just helped her with the flow, right? Because Kim has always said, I write my rhymes and C's will say it. And, sometimes you can see a liar when you see him. Like, and I'm looking at C's mostly because I'm like, let me see this nigga lying, right? But I didn't feel like he was lying. I feel like there was a reason why she was a part of the crew. And Big, the established artist who had already had the experience of writing professionally, because there's a very big difference. Hip hop heads tend to think is everything about being on the corner in the cypher and I came with my tapes and my bars and some when you get a recording contract, you have obligations to make hits, to make songs better, right? To learn how to make songs. Most rappers always say, I heard Snoop say it and a bunch of other people, oh, I didn't know I had to count bars. So I could see from a standpoint where Big may have been assistant because he was doing the same thing with C's, but I never looked at that, never took anything away from Kim or Foxy and the rumors she had about ghostwriting. Did y'all hear about that back in the days, and did you care?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. And if you did, it was a little bit of rumblings. It wasn't as bad. You know what I mean? Because of how big the splash was with Kim anyway. So when her and the outfits and the fashion and all that kind of took over it, to be honest, for me, and this is my, a 10-year-old at the time. So I'm not really hearing, okay, yeah, Big might have wrote this and all that. But once I got older, I was like, well, Big was also smart too, because Puff owned everything on him. So it's like, if I throw my name on these credits, Puff's gonna find a way to get some money from it. So, okay, if I did write it, fuck it. I just let it be Kimberly Jones. It'll be her, because she's not signed to Bad Boy. She's signed to Atlantic. So Puff can't touch that. So I think if Big did, he was thinking as a business. You know what I mean? Like, nah, because I know that one owns damn near everything. That's why every song he's on Junior Mafia is featuring Notorious B.I.G. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think he was thinking of that, but it didn't matter to me. Kim did it hard, and I think me and Elise had a show where we talked about this. It don't even matter. At the end of the day, the way Kim executed it, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Big wrote it. Okay.
Yeah, they couldn't write that voice that she gave. They couldn't, her inflection, they couldn't write her stage presence. Like it. So it never mattered to me, but I never really did care about ghostwriters in hip hop too much. I know where it stems from, and okay, you got it. But like it never bothered me.
Yeah, I think I looked at, especially now in retrospect, the age of hip hop, right? Like there was a time where a lot of that mattered, but hip hop wasn't really mainstream, right? Because it was on the street level. So it was kind of like your superpower, like, yo, you have to write your own rhymes. But by that time, I just don't think most hip hop heads were ready for what was normal in the record industry, which was collaborating and ghostwriting in some instances. And like JR said, maybe there's a business angle to some of this also. So I ultimately I didn't care. I liked the album, I liked the songs. What they did worked on me for sure. And that's kind of at the end of the day, that's what mattered. Well, I would like to thank y'all for joining me on this very special episode of Hardcore. Please tell the people not only like where to find you, but tell them about R&B representatives and what you've been doing, and give them your channel and all that good stuff.
Child, this show cute for you.
This is my okay.
Look, he was waiting. You saw him?
This show bad.
I was like, oh, she gonna do it this time, but she always give it to me.
I do this to him every time we go on the show. I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So
I like the way you explain it.
So we the R&B representatives. Me and Elise got together back in 2018 when we met each other, and it was just something we had. Our homeboy G was like, it's something with y'all too, but we was dramatic as hell and all of that. So in 2020, I lost my grandmother, and Elise lost her grandfather. So we were kind of going through it, and we was just, me and her would always send each other music anyway. So one day we was just like, oh, let's just go on IG Live together and see how it works. And it was the chemistry. It was just there. And it was just like, let's just keep doing this. Let's keep doing this. And we did. And we created our YouTube channel, which is the R&B Representatives on YouTube. We had an amazing growth spurt in the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went from 1,800 subscribers to now we're at 3,300 subscribers in 2 weeks. That's crazy. Our show, we just talk about albums, and we just really, really just do it authentically. We don't do nothing crazy. We have conversations like this. Vegas came on and talked about Anderson .Paak, which was great. Talked about Drew Hill, Neo. He came on, his first joint was Alicia Myers. He talked about appreciation. Like, we just have conversations like this, and it's just good to see where people's mind is at, and then really just preserving the R&B culture, because it's really hard out here. For real, you know what I mean? And people try to be authority when they ain't.
Right.
And
and they ain't. And then me and Elise just love people coming on and being comfortable, just talking and just having a good conversation. And people love what we do, man. And it's great. And it's authentic and ain't no bullshit. We don't do no craziness to get viewership or none of that. And me and Elise do have, it's some albums she might not like, and she goes in about them. And I have albums that I don't like, and I go in about it. But it's a great conversation. We don't diss nobody. For real, for real. We have a new thing that we have now with fan culture, which you pick an artist to come on and talk about, and we ask you these questions, good and bad, because we like, nah, ain't no damn stands. We ain't with that. There ain't no artist perfect. So we do that. We do the Catch That Minis. And it's just great. Elise does her vinyl themes, for real. You know, her 60 seconds of vinyl, which is nuts how she does that in 60 seconds. Crazy. And you learn a lot from that. I had J.R. Stack's Life, Motown. My next one is going to be Philly, so I'm getting into the Philly thing. So we're just preserving the R&B culture, man, and it's great. And then to have a co-host like Elise is awesome, because sometimes she got to bring me in. Sometimes she be like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to bounce stuff off her. This has been an amazing ride, and you're gonna keep it going. So yes, just follow us, R&B Reps, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Naturally Elise on Instagram, Twitter, JR's World of Soul on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, just, shout us out with everybody that love R&B. Come on and join the conversation and bug out with us. So that's us.
See why I have him do it?
Yeah, because I was like, wow, he about to go in.
He
Like,
be on it.
Right.
Yeah, you can play to your strengths. That's his strength, so I'll get at him.
Yes. Yeah, thanks.
Mhm.
Yeah, and for those watching, same energy on the show. That's why I wanted them on for this episode. The link to their YouTube channel will be in the description. Leave your comments in the comments section about this album. Did you like Lil Kim? Did you like her? Were you bashing her? Were you bashing her back then? You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You can say so.
Was it you?
Did you prefer Foxy? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Follow me on social media at Vegas World INC. Subscribe if you love this kind of content. Hit the like button so we can be exposed to those who like this kind of content. But more importantly, we're not critics, we're fans. Peace.